Okay, picture this. You're standing somewhere really remote, let's say, on a rugged, windswept slope in the Mourne Mountains, Northern Ireland.
Beautiful place.
Exactly. The air's crisp, smells of heather, damp earth. It's quiet, like really quiet, just wind.
Total silence.
Right. And the view goes for miles. It feels vast, wild, beautiful, completely untouched. You feel totally alone, like you've escaped everything.
That perfect sense of isolation, sanctuary.
Sanctuary from all the digital noise, the frantic pace.
Yeah.
But what if, deep in those valleys, hidden away, there were secrets?
Fair.
Secrets maybe only a modern tool like a drone could find. And what if finding them?
Yeah.
Well, what if finding them ruins everything?
Yeah.
Because once you see them, you can never unsee them.
A dangerous discovery.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We plunge into stories that really blur the lines between curiosity, technology, and, well, the truly inexplicable.
Yeah.
Today, we're exploring this really chilling story. It's carefully documented, apparently, about a young man searching for escapism, for that connection to the untouched. But his search leads him somewhere else entirely, to a discovery that doesn't just hint at something being there. It reveals this presence, this entity maybe, that seems to defy logic, time, everything. Turns his sanctuary into a trap, a terrifying one.
And it's such a compelling account. We're drawing directly from this piece called Drift Over Mourne.
Right.
And like you said, it's not just some campfire tale, a local legend. It reads like a modern ghost story, but with this really unsettling twist. High-tech drone involved, ancient malevolence. It's quite the mix.
Yeah, definitely.
The events are laid out really meticulously, happening to this one guy, taking us from this, ordinary search for peace to something just utterly terrifying. And the tech being the key, that's fascinating.
So our mission today for this deep dive is to unpack all of that. Every layer, peel back the narrative, understand what happened, sure, but also why it matters. To us, maybe to our idea of reality, privacy even.
Yeah, the bigger implications.
We'll look at that initial pull, the innocent curiosity, then the disturbing digital warnings that crop up, the really terrifying face-to-face, well, drone-to-face, confrontation with the impossible. And finally, that deeply unsettling feeling, the implication of being watched. Not just watched, but watched when you had no idea. Maybe for a long, long time.
Right. That pervasive surveillance idea.
Exactly. So let's get into it. Let's unpack, drift over more, and see what chilling insights we can pull from those mountains. Okay, so it all starts with Cian. He's 24, an IT tech, living in rural Northern Ireland, and the source describes his life as a, get this, a gray slice.
Gray slice. Wow, that paints a picture immediately, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
Monotony, maybe quiet desperation. Like his world lacks color. And it highlights this deep craving he has for escapism, something the source calls rare and precious.
You would almost feel it.
Yeah. Weekdays, IT job, stuck behind a screen.
Yeah.
Logic, code. Then weekends, he's desperate for freedom, for solace, finds it in the Mourne Mountains.
That big, wild landscape.
Right. He heads out, headphones in, just loses himself in the views, lets his soul out, as the story puts it. It's not just a hobby, it's like vital. His release.
That need for escape is universal, isn't it? We all look for it. Books, movies, nature, like Cian.
Totally.
But here's the twist the story introduces. Technology, a drone. It becomes more than just a gadget, it's a conduit, right? Lets him explore boundaries, not just physical ones like seeing further into the mountains, but personal ones too, pushing limits.
Right, exploring what's possible.
Exactly. And that desire to escape the ordinary, the mundane, sometimes it leads us somewhere extraordinary. And as the story shows, potentially really dangerous.
Yeah.
So Cian decides he wants this drone, saves up, buys one, names her Sable, sleek black and whisper quiet. Sounds cool, right?
Very cool.
But the source hits you with this immediate foreshadowing, super ominous. It says, he didn't know then that Sable would ruin him.
Chilling. Right from the start, it tells you this path, this tech escape, has a hidden cost, a terrible one.
Absolutely nails that sense of impending doom.
So for you listening, think about your escapes. Where do you go? To find freedom, let your soul out. And maybe more pointedly, how far would you push it? Would you grab that tech, like Cian, to see places you maybe shouldn't?
It's a good question to ponder. The allure is strong.
Now, Sable's first flights, totally innocent. Beautiful even. The source gives these amazing descriptions. Waves crashing on the coast of Newcastle.
Classic Irish scenery.
Wind tousling the grass over Slieve Donard. Sheep dotting the moors like spilled rice. It's idyllic. The drone's just soaring, capturing this raw beauty from a perspective he'd never had before.
Pure wonder. just seeing familiar places in a totally new way. No hint of anything dark yet.
None at all. He's just the observer, enjoying the flight, the freedom.
And this is often how it starts with new tech, isn't it? Begins as this benign tool for exploration, extends our senses.
Yeah, shows us cool stuff.
Right. But what happens when that new perspective, that wider view, accidentally uncovers something else, something hidden, maybe something deliberately hidden? Yeah. The drone's view changes everything. It turns a hike into this 3D map, potentially exposing things you'd never see from the ground. And for Cian, the turning point, when things go from beautiful to strange, it happens one Sunday morning.
Right.
He's drifting over an isolated valley beyond Silent Hill Forest. Even the name Silent Hill Forest has a ring to it, eh?
Definitely adds atmosphere.
And that's when Sable picks up something strange. The drone, his tool for beauty, stumbles onto an anomaly.
And what it finds is, well, it's instantly unsettling. Disrupts that whole idyllic picture. A house half sunken into the hillside, roof scorched, windows black. Clearly a ruin.
A ghost of a building.
But here's the kicker. The detail that flips this from just curious to properly mysterious. It wasn't on any map.
Okay. That's the key.
Right. Not just abandoned, forgotten, or erased. Or maybe shouldn't exist at all in our reality. This chance discovery, found via tech, sets everything else in motion. His escape just became something else entirely.
Something much more dangerous.
So Cian, naturally, his curiosity is piqued. Massively. He zooms in with the drone camera, expecting, I guess, just decay. Empty ruin.
Yeah, standard abandoned place stuff.
But finds no conventional signs of life. Except, and this is the moment it truly shifts, gets deeply unnatural. Except for a figure. Pale. Still. Standing at the tree line, staring directly at the drone.
Whoa. Okay. Staring at the drone, not just near it.
Directly. Intently. The source makes that clear. It's not a glance, it's a stare. And that changes everything, doesn't it? You think you're the unseen observer.
And suddenly you are seen, and maybe with hostile intent. The psychological impact must have been immediate, intense.
Totally.
You're safe, remote, behind the controls. Then boom, something's aware of you, looking right back at you through the lens. It raises terrifying questions about its awareness, its perception.
Is it challenging him? Warning him?
Exactly. Is it just acknowledging him, or is it something more predatory? The way it stares at the drone suggests it understands the technology. It's not just reacting to movement. It seems to know it's being watched remotely.
Which is even creepier.
Way creepier. And Cian's reaction, pure instinct. Startled, he pulled Sable back. The feed apparently distorts, gets statusy as the battery dips low.
Adding to the panic. Connection breaking down.
Right, and the impact lasts. That night, he couldn't sleep. The images burned in, especially the details. The figure had looked wrong, how its eyes were too wide, its mouth seemed to smile too long.
Ugh, that smile. Too long. That's unnatural. Malevolent, like a mockery of a smile.
Precisely. Not just strange, but predatory, chilling.
It's that feeling, isn't it? Thinking you're totally alone, in control, unobserved, and then bam, illusion shattered. For you listening, just think about that. You're observing something safely, through tech, and it observes you back, knowingly. Intensely, your tool becomes a portal for it to see you. How does that twist things?
Turns exploration into vulnerability, instantly.
So, Cian's freaking out, can't sleep. That image of the figure, the stare, the smile, it's haunting him. He needs answers, needs to rationalize this somehow. So what does he do? Like so many of us would, he turns to the internet.
Reddit, of course.
Yep. Posts a still frame from the drone footage. Just the house. Keeps it simple, almost innocent. Weird abandoned cottage in the Mournes. Anyone know the story?
Just trying to get some context. Local history, maybe? Urban legend? Anything.
Exactly. Anything to make sense of what he saw. Tap into that collective online wisdom, you know.
But online communities, they're a double-edged sword, aren't they? Especially for stuff like this, the really strange stuff.
How so?
Well, you cast a wide net, sure. You might find someone who does know something, some obscure local lore, but you also get noise. Skepticism, misinformation, jokes, people dismissing it.
Right. And that's exactly what happened initially. Most comments were jokes. People probably thought it was just a spooky photo, maybe faked, or he was imagining things.
It highlights that challenge, doesn't it? Trying to share something genuinely inexplicable online. How do you convince strangers when you can barely process it yourself?
Totally. The internet can be pretty dismissive. But then, cutting through all that noise, one DM came hours later from an anonymous account.
Private, direct, anonymous. That changes the dynamic.
Big time. This wasn't a public comment. It was targeted. And it confirmed his worst fears.
What did it say?
It was chilling. Straight to the point. Don't go back there.
Yeah.
Okay, standard warning maybe, but then
Hmm.
that place burned in 1997. A family died inside.
Whoa. Okay, so there is a history, a tragic one.
Yes, but then it gets weirder, or that's what they told us. Who's they? The authorities. And why the doubt? And then this clincher, only one body was ever found.
Really, one body from whole family? What happened to the others? That raises so many red flags. A cover-up, something stranger.
Exactly. It hints at secrets. Something buried, maybe literally, a violent past, but with missing pieces, critical missing pieces.
And receiving that anonymously. It's fascinating how much weight that carries, isn't it? Normally, you might dismiss an anonymous tip.
Right, no credibility.
But when it resonates perfectly with your own deeply unsettling experience, it hits differently. It feels like confirmation, not just rumor, especially with those dark, unresolved details.
And then, before Cian could even process that properly, a second message arrived. Even shorter, more direct, and utterly terrifying.
What was it?
Just before the account deleted itself, vanished completely.
Yeah.
It's sent. It watches back.
It watches back. Wow. Direct confirmation of his deepest fear, the feeling of being observed, and then the source just disappears. Poof.
Gone. No trace. No way to ask more questions. Leaving Cian totally isolated with this terrifying knowledge. And imagine that, getting these cryptic warnings, hints of tragedy, confirmation of surveillance, then silence. Just you and the dread.
It connects right back to that pervasive fear, doesn't it? Not just being alone, but being actively, malevolently watched, selected almost.
Yeah, chosen. So he gets these dire warnings, anonymous messages, a horrific backstory, the chilling confirmation. It watches back, and the messenger vanishes. What does Cian do?
Logically, stay far, far away. Report it maybe, though. Who'd believe him?
You'd think, but no.
Yeah.
Driven by, well, maybe curiosity, maybe obsession, maybe just a desperate need to know. The next weekend, of course, he returned.
Wow, he went back. Alone.
Completely alone. The source emphasizes it. Not with friends. He had none brave or foolish enough to come. This wasn't some thrill-seeking group thing. This was personal. A solo confrontation with his dread.
That takes a certain kind of something. Bravery, foolishness, compulsion.
Hard to say. But he didn't go unprepared this time. His gear tells a story. Just a headlamp, a crowbar.
Crowbar. Okay, that's an escalation. He's planning on going inside.
Seems like it. Moving from observer to active participant. And he got a thermal drone attachment he picked up cheap from a sketchy website.
Sketchy website thermal gear. That screams desperation, doesn't it? Bypassing safety, legitimacy, just needing an edge. Any edge, he's all in.
Totally. Gambling everything for answers. So Sable takes off again. Up over the glen, through the heavy mist, and down toward the buried house. The scene is set. Foreboding. Isolated. You can almost feel the dread building.
That psychological drive to return to the source of fear, it's powerful. Is it seeking closure or just a dangerous compulsion? Hard to untangle.
And as Sable approaches the ruins again, the weirdness starts immediately. The drone feed went to black for a heartbeat, then came back.
A glitch or something else, like crossing a threshold.
Exactly, not just signal loss. Like reality stuttered. And then the house. It wasn't the ruin he saw before. It was transformed. The roof repaired. Smoke curled from the chimney. The door creaked open.
Wait, repaired? Smoke? Like it's lived in now.
Completely contradicting what he saw before, what the DM said about 1997. It defies logic. Entropy, time itself. A burnt-out ruin is suddenly whole, active.
That is profoundly disturbing. It challenges everything about physical reality. Is it actually rebuilt? Or is it some kind of projection, a manipulation of his perception via the drone feed?
We don't know, but the smoke suggests presence, life, warmth where there should be cold death. And inside, through the open door, the thermal camera picked up glowing red shapes, indistinct, writhing.
Writhing shapes. Oh, that's grotesque. Not just strange, but viscerally horrible, like something unnatural is alive in there, pulsating.
Yeah. It's moved beyond just a haunted house. It's like the house itself is some kind of living alien entity. How do you even begin to process that? Seeing something impossible with your own eyes, through your own tech.
It shatters your reality, fundamentally destabilizes everything you think you know. It's one thing to hear a story, right? Another to see it manifest.
Cian's reaction. Totally human. He just whispered to himself, what the hell? You could feel his disbelief, his terror.
Grounded in that real, raw fear.
Then, classic horror move. The twigs snapping behind him.
The jump scare. Makes him turn around.
Exactly. He whirled, saw nothing, just the empty mountainside. That moment of pure physical fear, thinking something's right behind him.
But it's a distraction, isn't it? A classic misdirection. Get him to look away from the screen, maybe? A deliberate tactic by whatever this is?
Could be. Because when he turns back to the drone feed, that's when the ultimate horror hits. The most personal violation imaginable.
What does he see?
He sees himself. He was in it. A reflection in a cracked mirror inside the house. His face. His jacket.
His reflection. Inside the house he's looking at through the drone. How is that even...
But it's worse. But his reflection moved differently, smiled, then waved.
No, it waved. His reflection acted on its own, smiling and waving from inside that impossible place.
Yes, let that sink in. Not just seeing something scary, seeing yourself, your own image, corrupted, controlled, mocking you from inside the nightmare. It's not just an external threat anymore, it's inside you somehow. A total violation of self.
That's existentially terrifying. Your own reflection, weaponized against you, signaling a complete loss of control, an invasion of your very being. Unbelievable.
So seeing his own reflection wave back at him from inside that impossible house, Cheeston's reaction is pure primal fear. He ran.
Wouldn't you? No thinking. Just flight. Get away now.
Exactly. Pure instinct. But the terror follows him home. Back in his room, safe, supposedly.
Yeah.
He can't let it go. He has to understand. He scrubbed through the footage frame by frame.
Trying to make sense of the impossible, that human need to analyze, even after something traumatic. Find a pattern, an explanation.
Right. Even when logic fails, we still search for it.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, digging deeper just unearths more horror.
What did he find in the footage?
There was this flickering moment, right before the screen glitched out again when he first approached the repaired house. And in that flicker, something else was visible inside. Something clearer.
Okay.
A wall of photographs inside the house. Dozens of them.
Photographs. Inside the ruined or not ruined house.
Drone shots. Aerial views. Of people hiking, camping, unaware.
Wait. Drone shots. Not his drone. Other drones. Showing surveillance.
Pervasive surveillance. Dozens of unsuspecting people, captured moments, displayed like trophies inside this impossible place. The horror just expanded massively beyond him.
It's like a collector. Or a predator documenting its territory. Chilling.
But the absolute gut punch, the detail that shatters everything for Cian, buried among those photos. One photo showed him from above.
Him, from this entity's collection.
Yes, but get this, months ago, before he even bought Sable.
Before he had his drone. How was watching him before?
Exactly. Before he ever flew over that valley, before he even owned the tool that supposedly led him there,
Yeah.
it wasn't a reaction to his intrusion.
Yeah.
It implies selection, premeditation. He wasn't just unlucky, he was targeted.
Oh my God. That completely reframes everything. The feeling of being watched unknowingly for who knows how long. That's a violation on a whole different level. Privacy obliterated, autonomy gone. It wasn't a random encounter, it's the culmination of something planned.
Makes the entity seem so much more intelligent, patient, malevolent,
Huh?
a true predator.
Yeah, a collector watching, waiting. Utterly terrifying.
So after all this, the impossible house, the waving reflection, the surveillance photos proving he was watched before, Cian is desperate. He does the only rational thing left, really. He contacted the police.
Finally, tries to get official help, validation.
Yeah. Tells them everything, gives them the location, hopes they'll find something, anything.
And what happened?
Predictably, maybe, and devastatingly for Cian. They investigated the location he'd given, but found nothing. No house, no photos, just moss, dirt, and dead silence.
Nothing. It was just gone, as if it never existed.
Exactly. Reinforcing that what he saw exists outside our normal reality, outside what the authorities can even perceive, let alone confirm, leaving him completely isolated with his terror.
That's the nightmare, isn't it? When your reality clashes so violently with the official version, no one believes you. You're alone with this impossible, terrifying knowledge. The isolation must be crushing.
Crushing. And to make it worse, more loss. Sable never connected again. The drone was gone.
The drone disappeared, too.
Yep. He left it on auto hover when he ran, but its GPS just vanished. Completely. Gone. Stolen. Absorbed. Who knows? The tool that led him there, his escape vehicle, claimed by the entity.
Like, it took the evidence, took the witness, severed his last link to the discovery. Wow.
But the entity, it wasn't finished tormenting him. It was personal now. That same night, after the police found nothing, after Sable vanished, he received an email.
An email? From who? Or what?
Anonymous, presumably. But the subject line, pure psychological warfare. You left something behind.
Oh, that's cold. That's a direct taunt. Personal. Like it's saying, I own you now, and using email. That blurs the lines again, doesn't it? Ancient horror using modern tech.
Totally. It implies this chilling adaptability, intelligence.
Yeah.
And the attachment to the email, the final nail in the coffin. A video drone footage, but not from Sable. From something older, grainy, 1997 timestamp.
1997, matching the date from the anonymous DM. An older drone.
Exactly. This is the origin story. The horrific proof. The video shows a boy playing in the grass. Then it pans, shakily, to a man building a fire. A woman chopping vegetables. Happy sounds.
The family from 1997 before the fire.
Looks like it. Just a normal, happy family scene in that exact valley.
Until
the happy sounds just stop.
Oh, no.
In the final seconds of the video. The camera jerks violently toward the trees. Smoke, screams.
The fire, the attack, whatever happened.
And then, that same figure from the woods, pale and still, staring directly into the lens.
The same figure from 1997 staring into that drone's camera.
Yes. Definitive proof. The entity Cian saw, the one that waved with his reflection, it was there, at the original tragedy, watching, maybe causing it. It wasn't just haunting the place, it was part of its history, part of the horror.
That changes everything again. It's not just an anomaly, it's an active participant in suffering. Ancient, enduring, patiently observing catastrophe after catastrophe, knowing that history. Does it make it more frightening or less?
That's the question, isn't it? Does knowing the origin make it somehow containable? Or does its persistence, its timeless malevolence just deepen the dread, suggesting it's always been there, always watching, always waiting? So after that final email, that horrific video from 1997, Cian's descent was, well, inevitable and rapid. The source says weeks passed. Cian quit his job.
Completely unraveled, understandably.
Yeah. His appetite faded, sleep dissolved into twitchy, nightmare-drenched hours. It wasn't just fear anymore, it was a complete breakdown. His reality, his security, his very self shattered.
That's the cost, isn't it? The cost of encountering the truly inexplicable. It doesn't just scare you, it can disintegrate your whole world. What is the price of that kind of horrifying, absolute knowledge?
Apparently for Cian, it was everything. Because then, he disappeared. Completely.
Disappeared, like vanished.
Vanished. And the last chilling detail, echoing Sable's fate. The last thing his landlord heard before Cian disappeared entirely was the humming sound of a drone outside his bedroom window, circling closer than it should have been.
A drone humming outside his window just before he vanishes. It implies he was hunted, pursued, not just observed, but actively taken, consumed by the very thing he found.
Yeah, absorbed into its network, maybe. A truly horrifying end.
Unbelievable.
But Cian's story, terrifying as it is, isn't quite the end. The source includes an epilogue. It talks about the lingering presence in the Mournes.
It's still active there.
Seems like it. Hikers sometimes report strange signal interference near Silent Hill Forest. Classic sign, right? Phones die, drones fall from the sky.
Ah, so it's not just Cian. It affects technology, interferes, disables, maybe claims others who get too close. It's become part of the local texture, the local fear.
Exactly. It shows how these specific localized phenomena can seep into wider folk knowledge. The warnings aren't just anonymous DMs anymore. They're part of the local wisdom.
Passed down. Locals warn not to stray too deep.
That ancient wisdom of respecting boundaries, right? Knowing some places hold secrets best left alone.
And there's a specific warning now, directly linked to Cian's end, it seems. They say if you hear a humming noise behind you in the Mournes, don't look back.
Don't look back, because...
That watches, echoing that original DM. And Cian's final moments, suggesting his experience wasn't unique. It's a pattern, a consequence.
Wow. So the humming drone sound is the calling card now.
Apparently. But there's one final warning. The ultimate instruction. It's incredibly provocative. It says, and if you do look back, little pause there for effect, don't smile.
Smile? Why not? What does smiling have to do with anything? The source gives a reason, a chillingly simple one. It hates competition.
It hates competition. What does that even mean? Competition for what? Does smiling register as defiance, as challenging its control, its dominance?
Could be. Does it imply sentience? Consciousness? An entity that sees human emotion, maybe joy, maybe just acknowledgement, as a threat to its domain?
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
And deeply disturbing. It suggests a really personal malevolence, doesn't it? It's not just a mindless force, it's reactive. It has preferences, hates, sees human agency, maybe even happiness as opposition.
Like your smile is you trying to assert yourself in its presence, and it just can't tolerate that.
Exactly. It demands total subservience, fear, not defiance, not even neutrality maybe. What a specific psychological twist.
It really is. This final warning, don't smile, It challenges you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What does it mean when a simple human expression can provoke something so ancient, so powerful, so competitive? That's something to think about. What power does a smile hold against the unknown? Hashtag outro.
So we've taken a pretty intense deep dive today. And to Cian's story, the Mourne Mountains, this chilling intersection of modern tech and, well, something ancient and deeply malevolent.
Yeah, from an innocent search for escape to this terrifying discovery of long-term surveillance, personal invasion, it really messes with your sense of reality.
Definitely challenges what might be hidden just out of sight, waiting.
And this deep dive really highlights a few things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That seductive pull of the unknown, how curiosity can lead us down dangerous paths.
Right. And how maybe online communities aren't always the best place for answers when things get really weird, can leave you more isolated.
And that chilling bottom line, some things aren't just watching, they're interacting, playing a long, terrifying game, seeing us not just as trespassers, but maybe as collectibles. Yeah. The sources gave us a really disturbing look at unchecked curiosity and the sheer impact of facing something that just breaks all the rules of logic.
Absolutely devastating for the person involved.
So here's the final thought. If you ever find yourself drawn to those remote, beautiful, maybe haunted places like the Mournes, if you feel that pull,
Yeah.
and you hear that faint hum behind you,
Yeah.
remember Cian, remember the local warning. Because if you do look back and you happen to smile,
What exactly are you competing with?
and are you really ready for the price of that contest?